Buenos dias a todos. This is Earl Brian Aeroble of Regional Science High School 9, and this is the introduction to Chabacano language. This will be part of our lecture series on Chabacano de Zamboanga. In this video, we're going to discuss Alfabeto Chabacano y su usada, pronunciación, y mga ejemplos. We're going to discuss Chabacano alphabet, its usage, pronunciation, with examples. A short profile of Chabacano de Zamboanga is that Chabacano de Zamboanga, or its variant Chabacano or Chavacano, using V instead of B, is the world's biggest Spanish Creole that is still existing in modern time. Chabacano is also the last Spanish-based language in the Philippines that is still spoken after the extinction of Chabacano de Ternate and Cavite. Chabacano language is the product of blending the Visayan language with Castilian language, because apparently it is not the Subanins who were the first inhabitants of Zamboanga, but rather it is the Visayan people, as according to the latest research papers that is published regarding the history of Zamboanga. The Chabacano de Zamboanga is nearer to Mexican Spanish than the Castilian Spanish that is being spoken in Spain. So we have here now the alfabeto Chabacano. This alphabet was derived from the Spanish abecedario or el abecedario española. If we try to compare it to the English alphabet, there are major differences, specifically the pronunciation and added letters. So also the difference of alfabeto Chabacano from abecedario española or the Spanish alphabet is that Y, we pronounce it or we call it in Chabacano as Y, but in Spanish they call it as Y. So let's try to read the letters of alfabeto Chabacano. Follow the pointer. A, B, C, Ch, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, L, M, N, Ñ, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Notice that's really different from the English alphabet because multisyllabic, the Chabacano alphabet is multisyllabic when it comes to its name. So we have here H, in English it's just H, it's with a single syllable, but in Chabacano it's H, L is L, and so on. So here we try to use and know how to pronounce the consonants, because the consonants are the most important thing that we need to familiarize when we try to read or speak in Chabacano, because we simply read A as A, E, I, O, U. It doesn't have any other diphthongs as compared to English language. For B or B in Chabacano, we read it the same way we do it in English. Ejemplos or examples includes bata or child, barriga or stomach, bestida or dress, bastante or enough, bastion or bastion in English. Meanwhile, se or si in English has two configurations when it comes to Chabacano. First is the k sound or k. We use this sound in the case before a, o, and u, and we use se as s or s before e or e and e. We have here ejemplos, cacerías or group of houses, cuchara or spoon, centro or center, cocina or kitchen, and cejas or eyelashes. We have here the one of the added letters in Chabacano alphabet, which is che or ch. We have here the ejemplos for che, which only has one configuration, which is ch or ch. Cucaracha or cockroach, cha or t, chabacano, acha or axe, and chufon. Chufon refers to the tip of the baby bottle that the babies use to drink milk. And we will proceed with de or d in English. It only has one sound, the same way we do it in English. With the ejemplos, dedo or finger, derramala or something that is all over the place, specifically liquid, dulce or sweets or sweet. Dulce may also refer to sugar when using the old Chavacano grammar. Destruction or destruction, and desde or from. So we proceed with F or F in English. So F has also one configuration or sound. It sounds like still F, the way we do it in English or the way we pronounce it in English. With the ejemplos, familia or family, fuerza or force, farol or the Christmas star, fandango type of dance, fecha or date. Meanwhile, he or G in English has two configurations. The first configuration is that we use it as G or G in general case, and H, it sounds like H in English if we use it before E and E. So the first two words here in our ejemplos are examples of general case. Galon or gallon, gordo or fat, and gente is an example of a special case before E or E and E. Gente means people, gigante means giant, and general means general officer in the military. Same as H or H. Now in general case, specifically in Spanish, H is not pronounced. It is silent letter in every word in Spanish grammar. But since Chabacano is a blending of languages, there are borrowed words in which we pronounce H. So the first three ejemplos are examples of the silent H or the general case. Meanwhile, the next two are examples of borrowed words. Hombre or male, hermosa or beauty, hojas or leaves, and hila or tupul, which has actually a word in Chabacano which is rimpuha or tupul, and hariraya. Hariraya is not a Chabacano word, but rather it is a Malay word, a borrowed Malay word, in which hari means day, raya means great. So it simply means a great day or a special day. For hota or J, it has the same sound as H in borrowed words. But in Spanish or Chabacano, we already pronounce the H when it is jota or J. With the ejemplos, juego or game, justicia or justice, burguesa or toy, jabon or soap, and jaula or cage. And for ka or K, actually K is not really used in Spanish lexicography, but since it is Chabacano, we use K in some words. With the ejemplos, kasuy, which is a type of fruit that is endemic in the Philippines. Katig refers to a bamboo trunk that is placed on the opposite sides of boat so that it can stay afloat despite the high tides. Kama, which is bed. Katipunan, or revolutionary group founded by Andres Bonifacio in 1896, or 1892 rather, and started to revolt in 1896. And kamanting is a type of fruit crop in the Philippines. For ele, it has the same configuration as we use it in English. Let's read some ejemplos for ele. Letra, or letter. Lavabo, or lavatory. Leche, or milk. La cuacha, or to go out from your house and stroll. It's more of a Mexican word than an actual Spanish word. And lejos, which means far or distant. And another special letter that is being added to our alphabet, the L or double L. Double L may have, double L actually only has one configuration, which is Y in original Spanish, but since we use Filipino accent here, we pronounce it also as LY or just Y. So it depends on the word. So let's try to read some ejemplos here. Llave or keys. Llantos or suffering, hardship. Llora, we pronounce this as llora. So llora means cry. Calle, which means way. Llegar means arrive. And for eme, it has the same configuration as we do it in English. With the ejemplos, mesa or table, mano or hand, mestizo or foreigner or mixed, blood, mundo or world, and mancha or dirt. And for ene, we pronounce ene the same as we pronounce it in English. With the ejemplos, noche or night, namuk or mosquito, negro, which means black, naranja, which means orange, and nipa is an example of a traditional roofing material that is used in the Philippines. And for enye, this is familiar since we encountered it also in English uh, language. So we pronounce it the same way we call the letter nye, enye. So it is ny. Ejemplos, niño or a boy that is young, it's called niño or an infant. Señora, which is a type of address, the same as Miss or Mrs. in English. Señorita or Miss in English. Señor may refer to Mr. or Lord, depending on how we use it. And sueño or dream. We have here pe. So we pronounce pe the same way we pronounce it in English. Ejemplos, pestañas or cheeks, perdón or forgiveness, permiso or permission, página, which means page, and pájaro or bird. In the case of ku, we pronounce it similar to English because we sometimes pronounce it as k or k. So in Chabacano, we only pronounce it in the way that we pronounce k. So ejemplos, quebra or to break, queso, which means cheese, kisame, which uh, is a common term that we hear in Filipino, querida or beloved, and quiere or want. And for R or R, we pronounce it the same way as we pronounce it in English also. So we have here the ejemplos: rayo or monster, resuenen or the resounding of something, rezo or prayers, rancho or ranch, sepulcro or tomb. This is a Spanish word, original Spanish word, which means tomb. And ese, so simple, we pronounce that as s or s, sal or salt, senti or feel or to feel, casa or houses. Casa may also mean different when you pronounce it in a different way. For example, you pronounce it as casa. Casa means to held a wedding. Sinvergüenza or shameless, and semilla or seeds. And for te or tea in English, we just pronounce it as or tea. Tomates or tomato, telon, tabla, tumba, which has the same meaning with sepulcro, tangere or to touch. And for ve or v in English, we have here the ejemplos: vecino, veneno, visita. Visita may also mean uh, to visit, but when we pronounce it as visita, it means visitor. But if we pronounce it as visita, then it means to visit. Ventana or window, and veras or truth. This is the root word for the word deverasan. And we have few more ejemplos here for the last four letters which are not usually used in our discourse. We have here waling waling for doble U, and for X, Xerox, for Y, Yoyo, and for Zeta, we have two words, Zacate, or grass, and Zapatos, or shoes in English. Now we have finished practicing the pronunciation and usage of the sound of the consonant letters in Chabacano. We have to remember, acorda firme, H is silent in most original Chabacano words. G has an H or H sound. Q follows a K sound or K sound, and C has either K or S sound. Double L or L may be pronounced as Y in accordance of original Spanish grammar. And last, conversar con orgullo el lenguaje Chabacano. Speak Chabacano language with pride. Otra vez, muchas gracias for your time and attention. See you on the next chapter of this lecture series. Muchas gracias y paz de Dios a todos.